What up, what up, what up? Wanted to address some things. Because sometimes, I guess I didn't get it at first, but then I get it now, and I kind of wanted to just share it with everyone that wants to listen. I've said it 100 times, and I'm sure you've heard it 100 fucking times, that everything's a distraction. But then I've always kind of like fought in between, saying, well, like for instance, I don't know, any R&B song that's talking about love or something nice, it doesn't have to be evil or, demonic or talk about, I don't know, provocative things or dirty things or whatever. Just like a nice, normal song that you're like, well, shit. How could this be devil music or demonic music if it makes me happy, and it's talking about love and all this other shit? Well, what people don't understand is that even though it is about something nice or love or whatever it is, it's grabbing your fucking attention. Like, Lil Peep was a happy person for the most part, but his label or whoever he was with told him that he needed to put out sad, depressing music because that's what his fans wanted. That's who he was reaching out to. He was reaching out to the young, lost, depressed, goth people, so to speak, what everybody labels them as. But and it keeps you in that cycle. Like, when you get sad or you're sad or something, you get depressed, and then you want to listen to depressing ass music. You would think that you'd want to listen to happy music because it makes you happy, but when you're depressed, it's almost like we're so used to feeling like shit all the time that when we don't feel it, it's almost like we're missing something. But it's just the way that we've all been programmed and bred to fucking live in this fucked up ass society. But everything's a distraction. And it's a distraction from you finding out the truth about what's going on, or you waking up, or whatever the case is. Imagine if you gave up the music you listen to, the hobbies you do, and the TV shows you watch, and yada yada yada, everything that's tied into this world, and you actually did something to help yourself, to better yourself, to learn something. Just imagine what you would be into at that point, and that's kind of what I've done as far as like, cutting the fucking drinking scene out, just cutting a bunch of negative shit out that I knew was distracting me but made me feel comfortable, and I've learned so much more. I feel so much better about myself, and things are coming together. It's just, I don't know, there's no other way to say it. But people I don't know, not a lot of people get that shit, man. Not a lot of people can actually sit back and be like, you know what, that shit feels good, but I know it's not good, and actually take it away, It's almost like, it's like addiction, you know what I mean? You get addicted to something even though it might not be good for you, but it makes you happy, and you get excited when you go do it, whatever you're doing or whatever the case is. And you get into this fucking repetitive loop that keeps you harnessed into the same fucking bullshit, the same frequency and the same repetitive motions day in and day out. And we've been bred to want to be comfortable, to want to not change and make things better. But a lot of people are waking up and they're trying to do better. They're trying to make better and tell everybody about what they know, and that's exactly what the fuck we need. And I know there's a lot of bullshit out there and a lot of negative bullshit out there that keeps you going down the wrong path or whatever the case is, but you got to sit with yourself and reflect and figure out if it's really helping you or if it's not helping you. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of rambling on, but it's not just the music, it's everything, man. I mean, it's everything, even though, I don't know, I guess I just look at things different, but if it's hindering you from figuring out why you're here, or if it's hindering you from even thinking about why you're here, then you're being distracted. And that's point blank period. Because, I don't know, what the fuck else are we supposed to be here for, man? Like, I always told my dad when I was young, and I didn't understand it until, a couple years back, but we're not supposed to live like this. This is not life. Like, I don't know. And then I was always, confronted with, well, what is it supposed to be like? Well, I don't know, because I just don't remember, but at the same time, I do know that this isn't the right way to live, constant perpetual pain and negativity and stress and this and that. We're always in fight or flight mode, which causes cancer, causes disease, illnesses and yada yada yada, whatever. Instead of being in comfortable mode, in a different state, and being able to heal your fucking body and eliminating a lot of the distractions helps you get to that point, meditating and reflecting on yourself and honestly, keeping track of every single thought that comes through your head. And sometimes it gets a little nuts, don't get me wrong, but imagine if everyone was completely aware of the thoughts that are going through their head and, push them out, just like a screen, like, you flip the screen, this place would be so much different, but we're constantly filled with other fucking thoughts and other people's thoughts, and as soon as the radio turns on, you could have been thinking about something, and then all of a sudden the radio turns on, you hear a song you like, and boom, it's fucking disappears. That's how quickly people get distracted, and that's how many distractions are out here to keep you there. I've literally tried to be aware of all my thoughts, and the ones that I know don't feel right or are negative, I literally tell myself in my head, nope, sorry, you're not welcome here, get the fuck out. And then I watch it. I don't watch it, but I imagine it leaving out of my ear or my brain or whatever, you know what I mean? But that type of shit is what people need to do, and everybody's like, people probably, I don't know, some people probably think I'm fucking nuts, but I don't care, you know what I mean? I talk to myself all the fucking time. I'm fucking talking to myself now. But it helps, man. I really believe that a lot of people, or the society is, there's always this thing where you're talking to yourself or you're fucking nuts. Well, I believe that was put there so that we wouldn't do it. We would be conditioned to not fucking talk to ourselves, when that's what we need to do, because we're body and spirit. You talk to your body's gonna fucking react. Your body's gonna answer. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. But I solely believe that, if we were all able to control the bulk of our thoughts that come through, that this place would be so much better. We would all be aware, we would all be conscious of what the fuck's going on. But once again, distraction, being fucking bombarded with distractions every fucking waking day of our life. It's literally to the point where, like, I'll wake up and immediately start thinking of some fucking song that I heard the day before, and not intentionally, but it just fucking pops up in my head. And I'm trying to, like, settle that. You know what I mean? Settle it down so that when I wake up, I have a clear mind. I'm focused. You know, and I'm thinking of loving things instead of some fucking rap song or some love song. I don't know. I'm learning a lot. I'm still learning. You know, I'm sorry that I'm not on YouTube as much as I used to be, but I just don't. It's hard. It's really hard for me to see. I guess the positivity and being on YouTube all the time. And you know, I still have these thoughts that, you know, there's something bad about recording yourself. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it, and I always feel uneasy every time I go to record myself. And whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it just something, I don't know, the technology is a lot more than just recording yourself to listen to yourself or have other people listen to it. Like, I solely believe that they're building some type of alternate reality or, I don't know, other world or whatever the case is. And who's to say when we don't die that we're not fucking connected to these videos somehow? And I'm not sure in what way, but I don't know. I just had this fucking hunch, man. I had this hunch. But, and it always stems back to the Amish people that live around the place that I live. They don't want you to take pictures of them because they say it steals your soul. Well, where the fuck did they get that from, you know? Obviously, there's some kind of fucking truth to it. The fact that they don't want you to take a single picture of them. There's no pictures anywhere of them. None of that shit because it steals your soul. I mean, if it wasn't that serious, then it wouldn't be that serious. But it is that serious. And you just, that's something you don't do. You don't take pictures of the Amish people because they don't like that shit, man. Not to mention why they're still living the way that they are and you know, working constantly to feed themselves and stuff like that. You know, yeah, there's some that have branched out and become a little new agey or whatever you want to call it, as far as like having jobs and interacting with regular society, so to speak. But they always keep their distance because they know something that we don't know, and we're just allowing all this shit to happen, and they ain't bullshitting. They ain't like, nah, fuck that. We ain't doing that shit because it's all fucking evil. And they're right, man. They're definitely right about it. You know, I've always wanted to sit down with Amish people and speak to them about like their beliefs and what they think about us and how they interact with us if they do, and just a bunch of shit, man. I got a million questions. I just never got the chance to actually meet an Amish person and become friends with them because, I don't know, a lot of the times, literally, I've helped Amish people with their farmer's market, and they all fucking look at me like I'm some fucking devil because I have a green shirt on. You know, they don't wear colorful clothing for some reason, and I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I mean, of course, I could have done some research, but I haven't. I just kind of left it up to my pondering mind. But there's reasons for all this shit. There's reasons why they don't want electricity, and there's reasons why they live the way that they live, and they stick to themselves. But I don't know. Kind of just went way the fuck off topic. But either way, I think it's good information. What else? I don't know. I just believe, and And I really hope that everyone that reads it, everyone that watches this, sits back and really takes the time to reflect and notice their distractions that are in their personal lives, and notice the distractions that are holding them back, and then notice the ones that, you know, feel so great, but deep down inside you know that they're nothing but trouble. You know what I'm saying? And we can solve shit that way. I mean, I don't know. This place keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and motherfucking worse, because we sit back and give them silent consent to do whatever the fuck we want to do, when if we would just realize that they are so outnumbered that all we have to do is just stand up and say, nope, fuck you, we're not doing this shit no more. Now, yes, it's a little bit harder than that because of the 5G technology, the radiation in the sky, the fucking radiation down here, you know, distraction this, distraction that, you know, everything ties into it, you know, but I don't know. We just gotta do better. We gotta fucking pay attention, and we gotta help each other out, because that's the only way it's gonna fucking work. I'm so sick of fucking people like myself sticking their neck out there for society, for human rights, for human beings, whatever the case is, and then they get shot down physically, I mean, literally or metaphorically, and their life is ruined, you know. But at the same time, it needs to happen. Why? Because we've got to start somewhere, you know. I've always had this vision in my mind, and maybe it's a bad thing, but that I'm gonna die for what I stand for, whether it happens naturally or, you know, or somebody comes to harm me, you know, who knows. But I push that harm shit out my fucking brain, because if you think about it, you're gonna bring it to you, you know, simple as that. So I try to be happy and try to think of good things and positive things, and, you know, if it happens, it fucking happens, you know what, so be it, you know. I used to get so angry with when shit would happen to me. I'd flip the fuck out and punch shit and whatever. I just let that shit roll the fuck off my back, man. No bullshit. You know, I got hit head on by a 95-year-old man going down the wrong side of the road. And I was more worried about my dad's car than anything. You know, I was okay. I knew I was okay. But everything happens for a reason, and I know that now, you know what I mean? I can feel the shit, but we just gotta look at it, regardless if it's debilitating or if it hurts us or if it doesn't hurt us. We still gotta look at it like, why is this happening? What made this happen, you know? It was just the weirdest thing. That day when I got hit, I got off work at 6, and I was like, you know what? My dad's tires got a small leak. I'm going to fix it. So I fixed it. Then I was like, you know what? I got to go get some almond milk. I'm going to stop by here, but I'll go down the road and stop by there. And so I left my work at like 6:40, and I got hit around 7:15. And just thinking to myself, man, if I would have left at normal time, I probably wouldn't never even seen that guy running down the wrong side of the road, you know? But at the same time, I could have been the first person in line, and I could have died there, you know? But a lot of people don't think about that kind of shit, but I'm constantly thinking of every scenario, because anything could have happened, you know? Instead of looking at things so negatively, look at it like, hey, this happened because of this, and, you know, for all I know, my life could have been taken if this didn't happen. Even though I broke my leg, you know what? I could have fucking lost my head. And then take the positive out of it and fucking run with that shit. Run with it. Run like hell. You know? That's how I look at shit, because there's no reason to be so negative and be so angry all the time. Like, you know, like for instance, my brother is trying to fix my car, and he fucked up and backed into a tree and broke my taillight. He was terrified to tell me. And then he finally said something, and I'm like, oh, okay, no big deal. You know, and I don't want people to think like I don't give a fuck about my car. You know, I give a shit about my car. It's my means of getting around and my means of making money. But I'm not going to fight you because you accidentally backed into a tree. You know, he said he would fix it, and it's going to get fixed. All right, cool. End of fucking story. Why? Because there's no need to dwell on it or be angry because, oh, my brother broke my fucking taillight. You know, that's the least of my worries. Like, I care about my car, but I don't give a fuck about my car. Why? Because I know it's irrelevant after I die. Same with money. I love money, you know? It helps me do what I need to do. But I fucking hate it at the same time. That's just how I look at things, because you can't fucking... You don't want to take shit for granted, but at the same time, you don't want to fucking overstress yourself for no fucking reason. There's just no reason to do it. You know? And even though people are stressed out because of this world and this life and all this shit, man, if you start looking at it like, hey, I'm in this video game, not a video game, but I'm in this game called life, and I'm here to excel and learn. You know, you look at life all differently. Not to mention the deja vus and the aha moments and all those like crazy synchronicities that happen to give you that reassurance, like, fuck yeah, I'm on the right path, man. Or at least it feels like it's on the right path. You know, that's the type of shit that I live for, man, because I love that feeling. It's almost like a shot of adrenaline when the shit happens, man. It's amazing. But that's all. I love you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. I miss talking to all y'all. I miss the lives. I miss just dying laughing and making fun of nature fuck. I miss all that so bad. I can't even lie. And, you know, a little baby part of me regrets deleting all my content just because it could have been useful in this whole federale raid thing with Nature Boy, but at the same time, it wasn't supposed to be there. And I know that now because obviously I deleted it. You know, I am so thankful. I can't remember, I think his name's J Mac, came to me and was just fucking straight up real. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, you don't need to do that. Like, you understand that you're doing this because of this, and this is happening because of that, and blah, blah, blah. You need to just fucking let it go, man, because it's not worth it. You know, you're gonna fucking fuck yourself up even worse. And he was right, man. He was down to a T, he was right. I started having fucking dreams of being tortured. Well, one dream, I should say, not dreams. One dream where somebody from Nature Boy's crew tied my fucking arms up behind my back. And then there was another person to the left of me watching. I don't know who these people were, because I couldn't see their faces because I was so disoriented and fucked up. But the only person that I knew was there was Nature Boy because he was wearing that gay ass fucking dress he always wears. You know, make him look like he's some fucking king, or I don't know, like nature king, whatever you want to call it, like whatever. And I knew it was him because I could see his dreads and I could see all that shit. And literally, he was just cold clocking me right in my fucking face, man. Like, to the point where I hit the ground. I was like, shit, I guess I'm done. You know? But I woke up that day and I was like, you motherfucker. I can't believe that shit. But it happens, though, man. And that, to me, was a fucking sign to, A, stay the fuck away from him. Because there's... And you gotta look at this, too, is that everybody's been cloned. Everybody's got their blood taken from them. Now, maybe not every single human, but 9 times out of 10, if you were born in a hospital, you got your blood drawn, that shit got sold off to a fucking cloning facility, and your bitch ass has a clone out there regardless. For all we know, this could be my clone body. We don't fucking know. Nobody knows. You gotta look at them. You know, because everybody's like, well, you're having dreams about Nature Boy. What the fuck? Well, no, you gotta look at it like maybe they're punishing me because of the shit that I was saying, all the truth that I was bringing, and all the real shit that was fucking hurting them, you know? They didn't like that shit. So what did he do? He fucking spiritually whooped my fucking ass because I was fucking helpless at the time. But, damn it. But yeah, nobody looks at that way. I don't know. To me, a lot of the people that follow me, they don't really seem like they're into the cloning thing, or they know anything about the cloning thing. I could be wrong. I apologize if I am. But they're at cloning too, alright? I fucking seen them there. They're being controlled. They don't think they're being controlled. They think they're high and mighty and this and that. But they're not. Sorry to say, nature bitch. You think you're fucking God, but you're being controlled just like all of us, alright? And you're being told what to say, whether it's physically or if it's spiritually. You know, you're being given a message and you're given the feeling of happiness or positivity so that you push it out and put it into the world, you know? But I don't know. That's how I look at it, you know? And, you know, not to mention I met Tyler, the Creator, last 2 nights ago. I met Tyler, the Creator. It was the weirdest fucking dream. I felt like I closed my eyes and I felt like it sounds really weird. It's the only way that I can explain it. But I felt like you know how you have your little water can and you can pour it and it like trickles out. I felt like that's what my soul did. It came out of my body and then I trickled into another body. And all I knew is that I was in the fucking woods, alright, with a dude that I work with. We're loading something up in the truck. I look to my right, I see this fucking demonic, dark, shadow figure thing that's like cutting in and out of our reality to the point where you can't really make it out, because by the time you seen it, it was already fucking like cutting through and disappearing. But then it would fucking appear and then it would disappear. Well, when I seen that bitch and it seen me, it took all of my energy out of my body. I almost fell to the ground. I was fucking disoriented, like I was drunk. And I turned around trying to tell my boy, like, yo, did you fucking see that thing? We gotta get the fuck out of here. And the next thing I know, Tyler, the Creator's in front of my face. I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about, but something happened. He turned around and he started walking straight into the woods. Like he was like, the only thing I could think of was he was walking into the woods and he got far enough into the woods where he just disappeared, like he went into a portal or some shit. It was the craziest fucking shit, but this shit happens to me all the fucking time. I've met Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 at an airport to talk about UFOs. I've met Tyler, the Creator. can't remember. I've met a couple other people. Just can't think of them right now. But people think that we're so far away from this celebrity shit when really we're literally in bed with these fucking people, man. And the people who have fucking good minds and you know, as far as like, you know, ideas and shit like that are being flooded to them because of their frequency, they're being stolen from us and they're using them. You know, have you ever had that shit where you're like, there's been a couple times where I would start making music about certain shit, and then boom, J. Cole fucking starts saying some of the words that I wrote down. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck does that make sense? But it makes a little bit more sense now, you know? And this shit happens all the fucking time. All the fucking time. But nobody wants to talk about it. But that's why your boy's here. Why? Because I'm not afraid to talk about this shit. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. I mean, I care, don't get me wrong, but if y'all deem me as fucking nuts, hey, that's cool, man. You're on a different path. You're at a different point in your journey, and you don't understand it. That's okay. And yeah, you know what? If the first reaction is gonna be you're fucking nuts, you're fucking crazy, that's cool too. That's just you feeding into the fear and negativity of the unknown, so you deem it that I'm nuts, instead of being like, you know what, that motherfucker's got to be saying that for a reason. There's no reason why he's just making this shit up. You know, why would he do that? Obviously he's not fucking crazy, but not a lot of people think that kind of way, and that's all right. Because like I said, everyone's on a different path. But I'm going to end it there because I'm about to be home. I love you guys. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. Alright? Like my new hair too? Got my hair did? See y'all later. Peace.